Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning. I'm Ben. This is Ben's Brick Designs. Thank you for being here. Music's a little loud. So, gonna get kind of right into it. Ooh, lovely blemish on my face. These cameras are so wobbly. Really need to figure out a different setup for that. So, if you aren't a fan of fan-made Star Wars ships, there is a channel called EC Henry that does custom 3D fan-made models of Star Wars ships, and his focus has been of late taking ships that have appeared on screen that you don't really get a good look at, like they're fuzzy little models, and he makes these wonderful 3D renders out of them and animates them and gives them a story and interiors and whole 9 yards. It's fantastic. I would highly recommend it. I put his link in the description, so we'll get to that in a second. I am going to show you real quick a couple things I've been building. So these are the two recent Lego Star Wars sets that they were kind of the smaller versions, and instead of taking them apart, what I'm going to do is turn them into Futron and Blacktron sets. So I've got the TIE Fighter started and the X-Wing both started as Futron and Blacktron. So the Blacktron wings on the TIE Fighter are done. Thought they turned out pretty good. All I'm doing basically is replacing gray and gray pieces with yellow pieces for the most part. The TIE ball is going to be mostly black. I'll put some yellow on there as well. The canopy for the TIE Fighter was kind of hard because they don't make a trans yellow piece in this shape. They make those trans like yellowish green for Blacktron 2, but I wanted this to be like original Blacktron. So the best I was able to come up with is a radar dish with this like inverted circular slope piece, rounded brick piece. Now it gives the same look as a TIE canopy. It's got the little blister on the front instead, and it doesn't seal all the way. But you remember some of the old space Blacktron, Futron kind of stuff where they had like a windscreen and that was it. It wasn't sealed in. So I feel like this will do the job pretty well. So I'm rebuilding the ball with that in mind. And then for the Futron X-Wing, it's not going to be a lot of replacements. The set's mostly white, but I'm going to do like the blasters will look more Futron-y, this top version. Get rid of all the gray. And then I'm going to get rid of all the gray in the engines too, and you can see kind of what that'll look like. The intakes were hard to get this size, so I used a tire. That seemed to work pretty well. Replace the canopy. I need to figure out how to lock that down a little better. But canopy with the blue, the Futron blue kind of. And then I want to make a whole droid, a new droid. Instead of an R2 unit or an astromech droid, make like a Futron or a classic space kind of looking droid to kind of sit in there. Everything else will be kind of the same. I replaced the nose cone already. This was gray. I'll probably replace these with like trans blue bricks. And then everything under here, I'll just get rid of all the gray and replace it with, you know, either black or they did use some trans red, but mostly trans blue. I might try to figure out if I've got any panels, like trans blue panels, what to use in those cases. But that'll be fun. This is what I've been talking about with trying to reuse some of these, because I was going to take these apart anyway. They weren't going to be display pieces anyway. But I thought maybe I could use this as a fun little display for the upcoming Bricks Colleen coming up in September. So So there's that. The stadium is going apace. I need to order some parts, and we'll get that going. It's mostly built. I just need to order all the finishing parts to change all the colors and everything like that. So I'll put up some pictures on Instagram and whatnot later. So this is EC Henry's channel. He does a lot of really, really good. And so I approached him leading up to this. Actually, yesterday I sent him a quick email and Instagram message saying, "Hey, can I use your images for a Lego thing that I'm doing?" And I never heard back. And if he says no, you can't, I'll just take the thumbnail down and change it. But I'd rather ask permission or forgiveness, I guess, than permission. Although I did both. But he does a lot of redesigns of ships, and he does these. They don't come out terribly often, but he redid if the Nebulon B was an Imperial ship before it was a Rebel ship, like it's just stripped down here. That Porsche ship that Porsche came out to make a Star Wars looking ship, he like redid that so it looks more like a Star Wars ship. And then there's been some cases where the actual ship that he designed was used in a movie and nobody asked him for it. So that was the TIE Baron, or the TIE it's not the TIE Baron, the TIE Vector versus his TIE Fighter. Anyway, good morning, Connor. Good morning, Click and Cliff. How are you guys doing? So anyway, he's come up with two ships that I really like. He also has a site on Sketchfab where he puts his models, and they're all fantastic. He only says he has 12, but if the two we're going to look at today, because I've already got them, and all I'm going to do is kind of redesign them to fit his aesthetic, is the Resistance Y-Wing, which is here, so we'll start with that one. And then the B-Wing Mark II. And if we looked up B-Wing Mark II... So how are you guys doing today? Doing well? So this is his B-Wing Mark II. It says it's on Sketchfab as well. Model deleted. Okay. That's interesting. Probably because somebody took it. So I'm going to use the image, and that's about as much as I can go on. So the B-Wing Mark II also ran into some problems because they used it in Star Wars Visions, and again, didn't credit him for it, which is kind of a bummer. It really is. But full credit, I'm going to give him full credit for these designs. I don't plan on making instructions for these probably. I'm just going to design them and build them and have them for myself. Unless I can talk to him and say, hey, I'm doing this thing. I put them up on Rebrickable. They're $1 for the instructions or whatever. So anyway, I was trying to figure out how to get the model down here. But anyway, so first thing we'll do is we'll import, or we'll open, let's start with the Resistance Y-Wing. So first we'll open up mine. Resistance Y-Wing, or Republic Y-Wing, and then we're just going to convert this into a Resistance Y-Wing. Now, if you don't know about this one either, this one you can, I've got two versions. You know, you can recolor this. I'm probably also going to do, I think I've already done this. You can color it blue, and it's Rex's Y-Wing. So yeah, you can have... Am I doing any purchases for tomorrow? Yeah, I'm probably going to get the Atari. I've already pre-ordered the Galaxy Explorer, so, and that's already shipped, so hopefully I'll have it soon. And maybe building it that on Thursday, if I get it. And then the Atari, and I still want to get the Jazz Quartet. I'll probably get the Pyramid. I want to get the Justifier, Cad Bane's ship. And then I don't think I'm going to get many more Star Wars sets. I don't really need another ATTE. Yeah, I don't know. So that's what I'm getting. What's up, Digital Fanboy? Thanks for being here. So yeah, so these are the three, like if you wanted to get some Republic Y-Wings, you can just kind of recolor them like this. So we're going to take one of these, and it will be, we'll be looking at this one. This is a remake of what was the Resistance Y-Wing that we saw in Last Jedi, or Rise of Skywalker. And it's kind of dumb because it's basically it's a Rebel Y-Wing with different colors, and it's got a little more angular cockpit, but it's almost the exact same thing. So what AC Henry did was like really reimagine it. It's like, okay, well, technology's advanced, it's been 30 years, we'll keep the basic bomber aesthetic, you know, but we're gonna change it up quite a bit. So let's see if we can kind of do the same thing with our design. So right off the bat, you can tell these are a little more angular, so we don't have these round pylons anymore, so we'll probably recreate those. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of those. We'll leave the attachment things out here because I don't know if we'll attach them the same way. Also, I don't think I need these big swoopy things in the back because they aren't swooping back the same way as they did in the Resistance one. This nose cone is a bit longer, so we can probably figure out a way to extend this. So this is a bracket in here. So this is built heavily on top of the actual Lego set. Like the front cockpit's pretty much the exact same thing. All I did really was change the pontoons, change the back end, change the turret on the back. There wasn't one. Yeah, the Justifier looks like a big ship, and I'm gonna get it mainly because I'm going to make a Microfighter of it, and I need a Cad Bane. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the Justifier right away. That's not really a day one purchase for me. I may wait until a gift with purchase comes out on the 3rd, or between the 2nd and the 11th, or whatever it is, and then buy it then. But the Atari is definitely day one for me. Why does this? I don't like that the do not disturb thing comes on. Let me charge my phone. Okay, so we've got it extended out a bit, and it's still very maybe not that far. Maybe back one, and then we'll extend the front out a little bit. Yeah. So knowing now this is hollow, I'm gonna have to figure out what goes in there. So that holds it all underneath, and that holds it up on top. Okay. So let's put this back in there. Take that off. Let's see. So how's everybody doing? Having a good weekend, good Sunday? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's gonna be a ball turret instead. I'll probably do something different from this. Probably do bucket handle for a turret instead. And this is going to be a prominent feature here. This sort of, we'll put that right here so we can get rid of this. That's going to be a lot of greebling back here. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. know what the back looks like. Oh wait, we can turn it. So again, this is a fan-made model. This is E.C. Henry's fan-made Y-Wing. So the back end is going to be, this is all going to be a little more square. So let's do, excuse me. Commander Fox figure today, huh? Did you get a custom build for that one? Let's not do that. Let's do this one down here. And let's do a plate round. The hollow stud. I'll color all these later. And let's just put one of these down here. Could probably be even farther apart, but we'll see how the rest of this goes. So that's going to be on a big round thing in the middle here. Round plate. Oh, is he is he part of the ATTE? I don't know what he comes with. This again. So that's probably that's gonna go away. That's gonna go away. And now I need a droid head. Homing Spider droid set. Wow. Yeah, that's a set I didn't get originally. Let's see. Do I want to make this longer, but I don't want to be too long. And this is the original one. There's a blue one, but I want to kind of keep it with this one, color-wise. So maybe we color this one yellow. cents versus 12 cents. Yeah, maybe we'll keep them. Yeah, I like them that. Yeah, I bet. Bet it's expensive. There's always this one utensil that I keep wanting to use, and I never have the option to use it. And now I'm never going to find it. See, these would be great. Probably thinking too far ahead of this. Let's make sure this is all tied together and this guy can sit in here and everything. Move this up. So wow, cool. Brick corner. Plate 1x6. Nice integrated corner pieces. I think I might just put a brick in there and be done. Submodel group. What am I submodel grouping? So this must have been a group build. I think these are going to be Technic bricks. Yeah, and they're not even put together that well in there. These are going to be long Technic pins, and that's fine. I'll keep that if we can figure out what it's going to attach to over here. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing some snot build with some cheese wedges to get this look. Hopefully it's not going to be too bulky, but we'll see. Yeah, so right now I'll just do a brick in there. You can't see it, so it doesn't matter what color it is. Might as well make it red. Fit everything else. Actually, you know what? We'll make it tan, because that seems to be the color of all this weird stuff. Do these come in tan? They do. Yeah, see how those aren't really lined up very well? Maybe I'll try to fix that real quick. So that's still not lined up great. now this is all off. You can see what it does is it like it throws everything else off. So you get one thing that's off and everything else gets off as well. So almost just worth rebuilding the whole thing. I don't know what that's overlapping. Okay. Everything seems to be overlapping one way or the other. So like all this is overlapping. Where's that? So you gotta be really careful when something snaps in that it's lined up properly, else we get these gaps, these weird micro thins. Gaps, and then it's all throws everything off. And on a small model like this, it's easy enough to fix. I ran into this when I was doing the Capital, and it drives you crazy because if it starts off just slightly off, and then you build upon that and build upon that, that little bit gets bigger and bigger to the point where you can't put a plate in between stuff again up top, right? You're building these kind of sheets of walls, right? Big towers of walls, and it just gets so crooked that by the sometimes you get to a point where you can't put a plate over the top of it because the studs have separated so far away, and you have to kind of go down and adjust everything. So sometimes the software works in your favor and sometimes it doesn't. So there's a gap there I don't like, but we'll see if we can. So that is down there, that goes here. Guy sits in, oh no, the guy sits in, so let's show everything, there we go. So this sits back down here, that's full now, put another plate down there. Let's make this dark gray. And the underside of this is circle on it too. So we'll do that. Make that dark gray. And I don't know how to do that. I try too hard to do undersides of things, so let's try too hard again. Let's see if this, that's too tall. I'd really like to be able to hold all this together, so maybe let's do a 3. Let's do a 3 over here, and a 2 here. And this we can leave that color, and this we can color this. Okay, that's not too bad. I kind of want to get this thing in here, but I think that's too much. Okay. So now there's a kind of a swoopiness right here. I don't know if we can get that. There's a wedge plate that has like a curve cut out of it. But I think it's pretty big. And it's not even listed in there. Maybe it's plate modified. Yeah. So that's too big, but that's the idea. Right? Even if we put that right here, that's just too big. It would make the model too big. So there's arches that I think would work. Maybe. See, it just needs to be this little space right here because I'm going to attach the engines right here. Of course, the engines are also in the way of that thing, so maybe this needs to be a little wider. And this all needs to be gray. Didn't realize those come in that color. Those don't need to be that bracket. I'm hoping the B-Wing won't be as bad a redesign as this, because that's kind of taken a sensor notch out in the back, and it's a little beefier up front. It's got 2 engines instead of 4. It's got a smaller cannon over here. It's just a little more streamlined. It's going to be nice looking with this sand green and white. That's a great color combination. So that'll be exciting. Hopefully we can get to that soon. And this is light gray. It's got a greenish canopy. I'm wondering if we could do that somehow. We can do a, wait, let's keep one of those. And we do a modified tile. Is it modified plate? It's modified plate. And we do that in sand green. It doesn't exist in sand green. Yeah, it does. Is that the right kind of green for that? We don't have an olive green, so it's gonna have to work. Oh, that's chunky. This also, I think, maybe too big. Can we do it more angled version instead of a round version? These are pretty good. Maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. See, this would have been good. Maybe I'll redo this whole front end. So let's see. Haven't been really talking a whole lot about news and stuff, but there's news. See, that would put this guy sitting way back here, and I don't know if I want that. That may be too much. August 1st, big shopping day tomorrow. I'll be up at 11, probably getting my my one set, and then the other news of the day is that Target is now offering VIP points for Lego purchases. So what happens is you make a purchase at Target, and then you take your receipt and scan it and upload it to, I think I still have it up. So this is a Lego VIP. Step 1, snap a photo of your Target receipt. That's backwards, can't read that. Register for VIP with Lego, yep. Submit your receipt and start earning VIP points. So the cool thing is, so it's $1 per point, I think. Yeah, 1 VIP for every $1 spent. So if you spend $200, you get 200 VIP points. I don't know what the conversion is. If you were to buy it at Lego, like what dollar? I thought it was $1, like 60 cents for $1 spent or something. I can't think that the Target version's better, but also if you have a Target Red card, you get 10% off your purchase. So you get 10% off a purchase plus VIP points, which is pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of that and do get rid of that bracket. What color of this is the cheapest? 40 cents, 29 cents. Let's do that again over here. So that's pretty big news. Of course, still the big news is just, everybody's getting ready for tomorrow and all the purchases. Let's do a plate. Really isn't a whole lot going on in like the world of the land. Nothing really special. The news from San Diego Comic-Con has slowed a bit. That could be replaced with something, I just don't know what yet. Yeah, I don't like these. Plate modified. think that there's a... Ooh, those are cool. A little much, but plates, modify. It doesn't matter how far these go back, it's not gonna... That's so dumb. Alright, so just... That's good. Okay, I like that better. And that's panels on one side, so maybe color that one yellow. Come in dark bluish gray. Not that. The seating one. Just that. Okay. Fair enough. What about these? Like blue gray? Ugh, 40 cents, really? Pretty expensive. Just realized too, my microphone is way over here. Hey Brad, how's it going? Thanks for being here. So we're doing an E.C. Henry adaptation of a Y-wing. This is a Resistance Y-wing. So I'm just taking my Republic Y-wing and adapting. It's not anywhere close to what I want it to be, but let's make those. Let's tell you what, everything that's white, let's just change to gray. Why don't we do that? And we'll deal with the fallout about what colors what. That can be dark gray. That can be dark gray. These can all be dark gray. Thanks. How's things with you? Dark gray. That's better. Very busy the past few weeks. It seems like it. So that's qualified as a bar first. Oh, God. They really need to make that a thing. I really need this to be in dark gray. So is it a vacation to go see your family? We're having this conversation because Beth and I haven't been on a vacation, just the two of us, in what feels like ever. And every vacation seems to be with with people or to go visit family. That's cool. I like that. I like that look. These don't need to be here. If I'm out of work in New Jersey, it's a vacation. That's fair. I just meant like when we went on vacation with the ladies and the kids to Hawaii, I felt like it wasn't, I mean, it was still a vacation, but it wasn't like, that was probably the most vacation-y thing we'd done in a while. Everything else is either going up to Colorado to visit my family or going to Kentucky to visit her family. And it's like, it just doesn't feel like that's vacation. It feels like that's just visiting family, which you could do if they were in your neighborhood, right? I guess it's a level of, you know, you're going to a place you've never been, you're going to see sights you've never seen, you're going by yourself. And so like, it's gradations of that. You know, if I'm going to Colorado, I've lived there half my life. I'm going to go see family, you know, and I'm probably not going to do anything new. Like we'll probably go to places that I've been before. So, you know, one of those two things is getting out of Texas. But if we were to get out of Texas and not go anywhere where we know anybody and see things we haven't seen before, I feel like that's top level vacation. Like the two of us went to New Orleans, and I'd been to New Orleans, but she hadn't. So that was fun. We ran into a friend of ours while we were out there, which kind of, I feel like then immediately lessens it 10%, but it was somebody we really liked and we had a blast. So, I mean, it was good. But I think the next vacation we do is probably going to be, something more just for us. Where are those triangle tiles? Do these come in yellow? Yes, they do. Don't need that to hold that together, so I can change that to just a 1x4 tile there. Yeah. So the next trip we want to go on, I think, is going to be like Paris or I'm trying to talk her into Iceland. Yeah, it should be fun. All right, I think this is pretty good for the fuselage so far. It's not perfect, but it gives you the impression of the fuselage. I would have liked to get a little more swoopy right here, so we'll see if we can maybe make that happen. I'm not entirely convinced this is all going to be needed. This is all assuming I'm going to connect this with Technic pins or something, but maybe let's figure out the shape of this first. So my first thought is that it's going to be... I feel like this microphone's in my way. Like this. With like a plate in between. Repeated. The trick is to make this all work once it lines up. Something like that. Although I have a feeling it's going to be half that. So I think it'd probably pretty easily be attached like this. Nope. I had an idea and then I lost it. Usually I can do these guys, but these guys make it a little weird size-wise. So if I do another one here, I have an idea. And then another slope. Nope. So I need to be able to figure out how to put it together. It's too much up here. So I won't keep this from being something I can use on the back side for the pontoons. Because that's an odd shape back here too. I don't know how to... I kind of have an idea. I mean... So I use these things and then just a regular bar. Let's say 4L. Do like that and then rotate this. A little more. And then copy and mirror, move that together, then copy and mirror again. Yeah, candlestick is a good... I need to use those candlesticks more, man. I found the joy of using them in the stadium. And they're just a great piece. Especially because of the connection here. Oh, you know what would be great? These are going to be... What's up, Miss Brick? Hello. Hello, Mayo. Brick Hive stream must be over. Something like that. Maybe. We'll figure it out. Thanks, Mayo. I'm waiting for the, hey, you got 500 subscribers. Here's what you can do with them thing, so I can start doing posts and whatnot. Yeah, that's too much. Haven't even got the regular pontoon figured out. Okay, so guys just joining me. This is a resistance Y-wing done by E.C. Henry. If you aren't a fan of E.C. Henry's and you're a fan of Star Wars ships, I would highly recommend going and subscribing to his channel. He does a lot of really good mod work. A lot of these ships that you see in this banner right here are ships that have been seen in the actual films, but they were like way off in the distance and they're blurry. And they were ships that were kit bashed together at the last minute and they just needed something to throw on screen. So what he did is he kind of did his best to do some investigating on screen to see what those shapes are and then fully flesh them out into these awesome ships with backstories and names and crews and interiors, and it's just really good. He does a lot of starfighter stuff, like, you know, this one is like TIE Fighter hyperdrive ring, or what if certain Star Trek ships did this, or here's a civilian version of this ship, or just really good starship stuff. It's very, very cool. I'm a huge fan of his, have been for a while. Patreon is one of the few people I'm actually subbed as a Patreon to. So these are the two ships that I'm doing today, that I wanted to do today. I think we'll just do the Y-Wing, but the B-Wing Mark II and the Resistance Y-Wing. The B-Wing Mark II is a little interesting because it was actually seen in Star Wars Visions at the beginning of the... It's the last one where the dude goes to the dark side, ends up accidentally killing his friend. And like the very first thing is this B-Wing crash landing on a planet. And it's this model. And so he's had two ships now that have been used by Lucasfilm projects, and he hasn't been approached by them. They just use them. So like another one is the TIE Vector, which became the TIE, whatever it is in actuality, the Sith TIE Fighter or whatever, with the triangle wings. So, I mean, it's a good channel. So I'm taking a look at, this is the Resistance Y-Wing we got in the movies, which is basically a recolored Rebel Y-Wing, which is dumb because a Rebel Y-Wing is a stripped down Republic Y-Wing. The reason it looked like that is because they needed to lose some of the weight and they couldn't keep up with a lot of the parts ordered. And it made it easier to work on to not have all those panels in the way. So they just stripped down a Republic Y-Wing and did this. But to think that in 30 years time, this won't change was kind of ridiculous. So I think that's the biggest gripe with ship porn people in Star Wars, is that the Resistance stuff was just the exact same, right? It wasn't anything new creatively, right? the Star Destroyers were just scaled up Star Destroyers with the big guns. The X-Wings looked the same. They had half intakes instead of full intakes. The Y-Wings were just edgier front instead of rounder fronts. The Y-Wings were slightly longer, or A-Wings were slightly longer. So he's kind of taking it to be like, let's actually make it a little, let's keep the models similar, but let's kind of beef them up a little bit. So that's what I'm working on here. So yeah, check out his channel. Subscribe if you can. Let's get this out of the way because I want to finish at least one of these engines. And that's pretty bulky. I think I could probably do... ATT is 10 less. Yeah, so again, news from Target is that you can now get, or Lego news is now you can get VIP points from Target. So you basically buy something from Target, take your receipt, scan it, and then upload it somewhere. And then it says submit your receipt. Not sure where you submit it to. But my guess is under your VIP account, you'll be able to submit a Target receipt. If you go to your account and say, you know, I purchased this at Target, here's my receipt, it'll have a code, whatever. What's up, Butt Chop? How's it going? Yeah, so I think this is gonna have to be a little bit beefier because I don't know what to do with these end pieces. I have a feeling I can do rounded plates. So I messaged EC Henry too because I was like, can I use your one of the images? Can I use your images as my thumbnail for my channel because I'm going to be doing this? And there's a new axle piece, bar with ring. It's yeah, this one. I wonder if this fits in here. It doesn't. Okay. And I messaged him and asked him that, and I'm hoping to hear back that he says, yeah, that's cool. Because then I want to do... These little rings don't go in there. Okay. I want to be able to do more of his ships. I've got a list. So I've got a whole section here of all the ships that I want to turn into models. Maybe actually real models. Some of these are very cool. Some of them I don't even know where I'd put a figure. And again, you'd have to get a kind of specialized figure for it. So this may be too... Oops. This may be too... Because these engines are real... They're real thin, but I think I may just keep them angular, but give more interior depth to it so I can build a little bit. Plus, I have no idea how I'm going to attach them. They look like they attach, so there's kind of a naked section. So if I did 3 of these, maybe... Or did 1 slope up here instead of 2. And then I could have a section over here that attaches. And I don't think I need this. I think I can do it with studs. Which means all of this can go away. Which means all that can go away. One of my favorite connections, and it's a real good connection, but I think it's technically illegal. I look disheveled. I mean, I just woke up. This is the hair's all, you know, whatever. I need to shave. I need to go get my tattoos. Now that I think about it, I need to message my dude. He was out of town. 1x2 Technic. So I love this connection. This, and then just some plates. This is my favorite. It works so well. Just, it's so nice. I really wish they had done more something like that with the Razor Crest Microfighter, because that would have been... Oh, and then you know what? Oh, I can't do that. Nuts. Disheveled is my go-to. I aim for disheveled. So yeah, so this can be a 3x3 plate here. In that color. And that would match this right there. I could probably even do a... just to make it fun. 1x3 plate. And then a 3x3 plate. Bam. Wedge slope. So I can use these. Yeah. That's going to be nice. Okay, so we'll use a bunch of these. Figure out how to get them attached upside down wise. Or this one. I can do that too. And it looks like there are little bits in here. So that'll be fun. I was going to marry a Y-Wing. Zissou, what's up? Good seeing you. How's everybody? See, now I can still use this. To be... Alright, so let's do this. Now I've got some stuff going on here. Plate. Let's do a 6. And a 6. Yeah, it's really nice. It's so good. And I love this Sketchfab site. I found so much to work with on this. It's really good. I mean, look at the pilots. Just, I mean, come on. It's just amazing. Sometimes I wish I could do this kind of work. This is what I would really like to do. Is just maybe I'll figure out how to do this. All right, so we can put that here and another one up here, and then same thing over here, and same thing over here. But why, Chop? I still, the Y-Wing is like one of my go-to ships. It's just, I really like it. When I'm playing Battlefront, I'm just like, yep, I'm going to Y-Wing the hell out of you. They're just tanks. I just like flying around these big lumbering tanks that can take a bunch of hits. Let's see. I've got to figure out, this is the point where I wish there were easier ways to get a plate that has studs on both sides. I keep falling back on this thing. And I don't know, maybe that might work here, but it's maybe needlessly complicated, but this sounds like the Troy and Abed in the morning theme. So if I did this, that would connect those two. I can do another one here. And if I did this one facing the other way, it would connect those two. Both of those can be changed color. Actually want this to be a 1x slope because I want it to be sand green. Now I got these things sticking out that I can use to attach the front ends. Set it above. It was my true love fighter in the 80s and 90s. I would open mouth kiss a Y-wing. I mean, look at the gams on this thing. Come on. Okay, and then I can do... There is a modified plate, 1x4 modified plate. And then, I don't know where it's listed, but it's the bar plate. I can never remember where it's listed. Do that. Do that. How many pieces we got? 101. We're getting up to the point where this is going to be too many pieces. Y-wing makeout tips. Y-wings are a bottom, that's for sure. Wedge. Let's look at these wedges. How do I get this wedge to... All right, take care, Brad. Thanks for being here, man. All right, I like what's going on here. I like it. Clear out some of this because I don't exactly know how I'm gonna attach these yet. Could always do... No, can't do that. Yeah, I painted myself into a corner a little bit with this. I think it's probably too complicated. It looks cool, but we're getting really high in the piece count. So if I just like doubled this right now, we'd already be up to like 2 something. Oh, well, I have to get rid of all this first. That'll help. So get rid of that, all this Technic stuff. All that, bring that one forward. That can go away. Turn that to that color. And then that. And then that. $116, yeah, that's a lot. Oh, goodness. I mean, also, this Y-Wing has 3 people that come with it. So, what does that do? You got a pilot, a co-pilot. It looks like there's room in here for more people. Anywho. I'm guessing that's the bombing area. Actually, it'd probably be more like under here. Anyway. Wow, 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 wow. Let's look at... What is the piece count of this? 105? And I don't have the engines on, or they don't have the heat radiating vanes on the engine yet. I try to. Generally, microfighters are about 80 parts, between 80 to 100 parts. So I try, if I get up to about 100, I feel like I'm overdoing it in some cases. But some of them I have are just 150 pieces, 120 pieces. I just can't. Some of them I'm just like, okay, whatever, they're big. And that usually comes from not wanting to make the ship itself. Just be like, just make it within 100 pieces. It's more like I found a really good part that could be used for this one look on this ship, and I built around that. And that kind of limits, that kind of paints you into a corner a little bit, because you're like, I have to make this one thing work, which makes it bigger for the rest of them. A good example is, here, I'll show you this one. So, a TIE fighter, this is a TIE fighter, right? This is somebody's model, it's not mine. I think the wings are overly complicated, but whatever. 90 parts, right? So for generally TIE fighters, you've got this ball, right? All TIE fighters that we've had that are store-bought are that about that size, right? And let's see, do I have any that are actual? No, okay. So I have this specifically because you can build off of this to build other things. So there's, you know, TIE Baron, TIE Dagger, TIE Defender. All of them have the same starting because it has this piece, this dish, right? That's what all the TIE Fighters have. They all have that dish. And then it's what you do with the rest of the, the wings and everything that's different. So when I went to build the TIE Bomber, I basically just doubled this, right? And then put wings on either side of that. Well, the problem is the TIE Bomber's fuselages are also longer. And there's 2 of them. And the wings go all the way back like a TIE Advanced. So what you end up with is this giant set that's... And I've trimmed it down, but it was... At one point, it was 200 pieces. And the... but it's that same model. See, it's that same dish. And so you would think that would make sense, right? The model itself is 200 pieces. The actual TIE Bomber / Y-Wing set, the TIE Bomber is 201 pieces. So this was just too much. And I have trimmed it down, and I, got rid of some pieces to make it a little smaller piece count, but this is probably too big. So what I did instead was, do I have the TIE Shuttle in here? There's also this little piece, right? So you can make a TIE Bomber that looks like this, which is, I think, what I'm going to do. I already have the other one. I already have this one built, so it doesn't matter. I'll take it to shows and stuff, but do this as a TIE Bomber. The problem is it's a good piece count. It's 100 pieces. But when you put it next to a TIE Fighter, you're like, it should be a little similar, but you try to make it more along the genre or the style than actual, this is what the ship size would be. So you kind of have to play with it a little bit. Get rid of those. Don't save any of that. But yeah, so this is getting to the point where I think it's getting a little piecey, a little part heavy. Some of these I can probably trim up. Like I probably don't need this. I just need that one tile to make that, to make this neat little swoopy look, right? Oh, it's hollow in there. I need to change that up. So, who knows? We'll trim it around a little bit and see what's up. Yeah, sure. I love sharing that information. That's one of my favorite things to do is talk about that stuff. Oh, you know what? I just had an idea. So this can now go away. And this can come over here. And those can now be gray. Nope. Go back one. And then we're going to do clips. Is that a modified tile? Yes. Again, adding to the piece count, but this model also may never see the light of day just because it's a fan model. And I don't know if I'm ever going to actually build it, but it's just fun to do. I've already designed one of his ships. I'll show you in a second. Cool. Get rid of that. Get rid of that for now. Actually, that may still be too big. It just needs to be the same size as the engine, basically. So that's a give and take. That's kind of oh man, come on. Some people cannot justify doing anything in the software. They did not like the old L-Draw system. Did not want to like worry about how to get everything to line up in the software or anything like that. But at the same time, you know, like what you were talking about, it's like, how do I know what parts I need? How do I know if I have all the right parts that I need? There may be parts that I don't think that I need that are available. That's part of like why I like doing this with people on chat, is because somebody will suggest, hey, have you tried this? And I'll get like a Instagram message saying, here, this is what I did in real life. Try this. So there's something to be said for building it in real life and then building it in the software first. Modified plate. I just can't imagine doing this without like knowing what I'm doing first. Like there's no way I could do this without knowing how many parts I need. If those parts line up properly, that kind of thing. But then you do have to go back and say, okay, well, now does this design work in real life? So the soccer stadium that I'm working on, you have to make sure that it... Oh, I don't like that. Get rid of this. You know, a big build like that, you're like, yeah, it looks pretty, but does this all hold up? You know, the software doesn't take gravity into account. 134, that's a lot of parts. And I think that's mostly because I'm doing this weird sort of combination of stuff to get this, instead of maybe just doing... So there's probably an easier way to do this. Like the Lego group would probably do something like let's get a plate in here. They would do this, and I'm not saying this is bad. And then inverted slope. This is still way too big. When you're below the build line, sometimes the rotation is a little weird. See, that's still even too big, but that's the same shape, but it's also fewer pieces because I'm not worried about trying to flip it and attach it and do all this kind of stuff to it. And then you can put like, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a piece. Cool. These can become like the front parts of it, you know. So there's different ways to get around. There's just no inverted ones of these. So you can't really do the front end of that. So. Ring part that used for botanical one, perhaps probably the part you're working on. Well, ring part that is used for botanical. There's a modified plate with an octagon around it. Is that what you're talking about? Modified plate that's used for botanical. Which botanical? The succulent or the lilies? Because I've got two of them over here, and then I've got the... I can go look and see what the other one is. Steering wheel number 1. This? Flower bouquet. Let's look it up. Nope. Oh, cool. That's what I needed. Thank you. It doesn't exist in here. Doesn't exist in the software. Let's see, dark green. I think it's going to be sorted by... Aha. Steering wheel. That guy? That may be too big. Maybe that one. Right? 67811. It wouldn't be too big. But again, we have to figure out how to attach it. Also, if you look at, because it's not really too big. Where'd my webpage go? These are not bigger than, it's like if this was attached here and then just got pushed out. So it's like a cap size, which I know is a distinction that you don't get at this small of a model size. But also, there's a hole in it, and there's not a hole in that. If I just had a ring about that size, oh, you know what? I've done this before, and I can do this again. I can't believe I didn't think of this. So these will make these shorter. Just do this. Come on. We'll do 3 L bars. sure these kind of line up. Then you get, I don't know where this piece is located, but there it is. Okay. You do that. And then you do what color? What color? We can do black. Black's good. I wish this came in something other than black, but do something like this. See, this is what building it in real life gets you, is there's this kind of tweaking that I can do by sliding that in that grip, in that clip a little bit, that I can't really do in the software. So I know this works. I know this is going to work, because all I have to do is slide these a little too close, you know, these closer together. So, and then, you know, rotate them just such, but, you know, something like that. So something like that could work. See, that won't give me the little bitty... And it won't rotate the way I want it to, because I want it just to kind of rotate a certain way. So, I mean, in the physical world, this could work, right? This could work pretty well. In the software world, it might not, which means you don't get a good render out of it. Yeah. They'll get nice and toasty. So, you know, something like that. And then, yeah, I think they come in a different color. Black's probably not great, but sand blue is probably good. There's probably also other utensils or bars or something that are slightly bent. Again, the robot arms probably would work really well. So there's ways around this problem. This is probably pretty good. Now, I'm still going to wrestle with with getting a front end on here. I know we talked about doing these, but I think what we'll end up doing is a couple of these. And in fact, I can probably... Let's look at the real model again. Yeah, I can get away with doing... So let's do this. This is the tweaking every model has to go through. So we'll move these down. And we'll get rid of those. Move these down. Copy. Color gray. Delete, delete. Move down, copy. Color gray. Now we can attach these right here. And because we've got this flipped already. Nope. Look at that. And then we can do sloped. Where's my slopes? Slope curved. Come on. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a problem. So, tile. Might be able to do that. And then we can color this guy that color, and it looks like an intake. And then, so this is, I mean, this, I could get really PC with this. Like, this is, you know, you just have to kind of, at some point, stop yourself and go, nope, that's too much. So, and then we can put that rounded one in there and bend it like that. And bend that up. Not that far. Like that. So, I mean, there's ways to do this. So that's one thing I don't like, is I can't put this in here the way it was. All right, take care, Butt Chop. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time. I could go a little lower, maybe. Anyway. So what are we up to now? 150 pieces. That's a lot, but it's the size and shape. You know, it gives, it's definitely, and it's got all the things it needs, right? So it's got, you know, the color of, it's got a piece of that color up here. It's got that little bit of yellow right there. It's got this extra bit of greebling inside the nose cone here. It's got these extra little things in here. It's got the pontoons in the back. It's got the heat dissipators in the back. We could even, you know, put, oh wow, I need to fill that in somehow. So that's still, gotta put those in there. Not there. Stud Sidious. Solve for the X-Wing. Let's see. Almost ready to build the roof of my red building. Well, go have fun, Buttchop. Isn't there ring parts in the Harry Potter astronomy tower used for the telescope? There, if you can give me a part number. Harry Potter astronomy. Astronomy tower. Oh, there's so many parts in here. 2815. Let's look that up. So the other thing is, that's a perfect... It's a little big, but it's... What is this? It's a belt wheel. I don't know how to attach that to anything. That's a tire. 35485. Ah. Yeah, this is like a porthole. See, this would be good. Because it's got this thing that I can clip onto something. See, I can clip that. That actually would be pretty good. If I can figure out how to make this smaller, that would be a very good size. I kind of like this if I can get something else that could go in there. I agree, Stud. And I think this is pretty good as is. I really wish this was a different color. What this means is I have to make something else along here a sand blue just to balance that out, right? But I think this is a good start. There's some pieces I think we can get rid of. Like, I don't think we need a full bracket back here. There's some internal things that I need to fix. There's a giant gaping emptiness in here where my love of life used to be. I kid. Because I took all those Technic pieces out, that I can just put a break in there or something to make it stable. There is this thing back here, which I can do. There's a wedge plate that would work really well. For this back end, put this back here somewhere, right? Like if we could put it underneath these somehow. Get rid of these clips, put a 1x4 clip back, or a bracket back here, and attach all this to it. Put this over the top of it. Something like that. So there's tweaks I'm probably going to do on this. But this is a pretty good look so far. Yeah, it's amazing. He does some really good stuff. Again, if you haven't, go check it out. It's EC Henry. Really good stuff. He's also on Instagram. This is his latest, an Incom Z80 Interceptor. This is completely fan made. He does some lore stuff, like this is pretty funny. This sticker on the B-Wing pilot's chin is apparently like, it's from like a pirate radio station or something in California, and they just kind of put it on there and scratched it off a whole lot. So, but they were able to find out what it was. It's just it's if you like spaceships and stuff, it's really, really fantastic. It's a really good channel. Go check it out. There's more too. There's him, and then there's Howard Day's another one. He does some really good work. I thought he had more than this, but yeah, okay. So he does a lot of these fan animations with he'll take models that other people have done and kind of make small films with them, and it's just really good stuff. So right. So I think that's all I'm going to work on today. Oh, you know what I didn't do at all? Resistance. Y-wing. I didn't save this at all. Yeah, not bad. You got a deer 5 feet away from you. Demanding food from you. Hey, buddy, you gonna finish that sandwich? Cool. All right, so I will see everybody probably Tuesday night. I'll try to do I'll be over on Twitch, and let's say I'll do the B-Wing next time, the B-Wing Mark II. We'll just adapt that because I do have a B-Wing to do. I've got, so this is the one that I've built. This piece was integral. This plate, this modified plate with the bars on either side to make it nice and skinny. It works out really well, and I can adapt to do, there was a B-Wing prototype. This is the version you see in Rebels that Query makes, the Blade Wing. Smash that report flag. Please let everybody know this was a terrible stream, and it was not intended for children. I think I'm going to build this one probably soon. It's really, I like it a lot. But then we'll adapt this same model to do the B-Wing Mark II. It should be relatively similar, changing colors, give it a little more bulk up in the front, changing the engines. We'll see if that works. All right, everybody. Well, take care. Have a good week. I'll see you Tuesday if you can over on Twitch. And thanks for being here. Talk to you guys later.